Well, good morning, good people, good afternoon, good evening, you name it, depending on where you are. Me being dramatic as usual, your hype lady, but welcome again to another exciting episode of Tough Love Giggles on your go-to online radio station, After5Radio, which is dedicated to celebrating Africans in the diaspora. I am your host, aka the hype lady, Miss Tando Amy, coming to you live all the way from Canada. And today we are going to be we're taking you to journey through some, rhythm, drums, dance, you name it, and all the fun stuff, heritage, pure artistry. So my guest today is a proud Zimbabwean gifted musician, dancer, and cultural ambassador. As you already heard, like I said, dancer. We're gonna get deeper. So she's actually inspiring audiences worldwide. Let's give a warm welcome to the vibrant and talented my sister Sisa Senkosi. Welcome on After5Radio, sis.
All right, Tanvi. How are you? How are you tonight? Thank you so much for having me on your radio. Yeah, I can't wait
am
for this
so
conversation.
excited. Me too. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, okay. This is going to be different. And we've actually been watching your work, especially like our producer is always on it, like, yeah. So when we got the interview, like, oh my gosh, oh, okay.
Was he
When we
like,
got
is she who she says she is? Can we go Google it up?
right, of course. No, we didn't need to. We knew you and our Kiwi are making a difference. You are
Oh,
making a
thank
difference
you.
in the cultural, like in the music industry. And both of you are in Europe, right? Because I think she's in
We
Germany.
are. She's in Germany. I'm in the UK.
Yes. Anyway, thank you so much for coming through. This is exciting. We are so excited to have you live today.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, just to start off, for those meeting you for the first time, they're like, oh, okay. When she mentioned, did she have to go? Did you guys have to Google her and what have you? Who is Sisa Senkosi beyond the stage and spotlight and, dancing and all that fun stuff?
It wouldn't be Sisa Senkosi if I don't actually introduce myself properly. So, igama
Exactly.
ngithi Senkosi intombi yasemambala uhaba labo mathumba agcwele isara gegelekeke isibhucu esimathanga abutshelezi ngupita mlike kakhaba kandaba nikamalinga umalinga ongalingeki owalinga inkosi ngothili khombe phansi ngundlovu nkulu ubhebhede umjibha kamakhwa. Yes, this is
Yes.
how we this is how we do it.
This reminds me of one person that we also interviewed. His name is Felix. Felix as well. That's how we introduced him. You know what? I think I'm bilingual, by the way, and I heard you mention Njovu. You have a Njovu background.
Shovunkulu.
Oh my gosh, yes, I am part Njovu, and then yeah. But I was like, okay, I got that. I got the Njovu part of it.
So literally, these are my clan names that I
Okay.
actually introduced me, that come with the name, that come with the surname,
Yeah.
as a part of my Ndebele Nguni culture. This is
Okay.
how we introduce ourselves.
That's
Literally just
awesome.
outlining my lineage from where
That's
I've come
awesome.
from my great grandfathers up to where we are today. So,
Right.
Sisa Senkosi, I'm a musician. My genre of music is actually Maskandi, which is one of the very oldest traditional musics, I guess, in the world. I'm not sure, Southern Africa to be precise.
Mhm.
But besides that, I'm a philanthropist. I'm a curator of Isintu Festival. I am a mom. I am a wife. I am somebody's employee.
Mm. Yep.
But a lot of things. I also host live broadcasts on Facebook and TikTok on issues concerning our community all over the world.
Oh, nice. That actually that is actually awesome because when you say community and oh, sorry, I was trying to remove something here. When you say community, what part do you mean? Like the Zimbabwean community? Do you mean like UK as a whole, or
I
what do you
think it's
mean?
actually the Zimbabwean community in the
Okay.
diaspora, wherever they are.
Okay.
I think a lot of my followers, sort of people who engage in those live broadcasts are either in Canada, they're in America, they're in Australia, they're in wherever, in Europe, UK mostly as well. But yeah, I think as long as they're in the diaspora, some of them are even back home. So it's quite a lot that we're unpacking out there.
Yeah. Oh no, that is awesome and good to hear. And thank you so much for that introduction. That was a lot to take it. So, question though. So, when you're introducing yourself, let's say, of course, here we would understand because of where we come from. But do you actually have moments where you introduce yourself like that in the Western world? And how
All
do
the
they
time.
take it all the time? Do
All
they
the
not
time.
feel
And
overwhelmed? Do they?
they get very overwhelmed. They find it funny, and then they think it's something that I would forget in an instant. So they're like, do it again. Because whenever, sometimes I do short videos of it, and they'll be like, we think that's AI. Can you do that in real life? I'm like, yes.
Oh my gosh, no way. Are you talking like they think it's AI? Okay, so let's
There's been times when I've been told, listen, we saw your little video, we love it. We do not think that was you. Can you do that right in our face? And I'm like, no, cool. Get your phones out. Let's record this.
Let's record. Oh my God. So you know what's funny? It's funny that they're now talking about AI now. It's not like you kind of mastered or got to learn about who you are today, because AI just recently came into play, but you've known how to introduce yourself since you were a young girl.
Yes, totally.
Right. So that is so hilarious. But no, we love it. We love it. So how did you journey into music, dance, music and dance to begin with? And when did you realize that this was your life's calling? And you mentioned your mother, your wife. How was the support system? You know, like our culture where entertainment is not so much celebrated unless you kind of come out there and say, this is who I am and this is what I want to do, right? And you said you're an employee, meaning I would like to understand it that this is a side hustle where you get to enjoy yourself and just be you, and no one and anyone can do anything about it.
Yeah. Right. So in the journey to music, I started off when I was, I wouldn't say primary school because that was just jokes. But when I got into secondary school, I did my secondary school in Blawayo, went to St. Bernard's High School in Pomola. First part of my secondary school, I used to do a lot of dance, a lot of drama. Big up to my teacher, Mr. Baby. He was amazing. He was really nurturing in those, like he would spot a talent and he would push. Then when I left St. Bernard's halfway through my secondary school and went to Townsend High School. Even then, although it was a girls only, I was very much involved in the drama group. So we used to, oh my God, we used to have these mini you know, like music groups, like we would call ourselves TLC, Tulisa Love something. It was crazy. And we would be singing all these songs, you know, backtracking people's songs. We then had a group that we did Brenda Fassie's songs.
Oh, nice.
And to be fair, I've always been that person where during the talking stages of of a performance, would like, then you go in, then you jump around, then you do this, and would agree. But then when we get on stage, you know, I was like that person that wants to shine, like literally outdo my girls. And they're like, well, we didn't, because I'm like, you're not putting enough energy into it. So I was usually like that person who goes all out wherever we agree that we're going to be like cool and you know, and I would just be so after Townsend High School, I joined a dance group in Blawayo called Grassroots Theatre Productions. I worked with them for a couple of years. Mostly what we did was workshops in the rural areas, teaching women about anything really, raising kids, rights, human rights. We were teaching them about projects, farming, being, you know, self-sustenance really. And this was, I think it was at the time we were sponsored by the UNICEF. And I used to go deep down in the rurals, like Mashonaland. I remember living in like Mtorashanga for years, for going back and forth, in Mutare, and then a lot of Blawayo, Plumtree, Kezi, this, that, and the other. So from there, grassroots theatre wasn't much into dance and music. We did a bit of it, but it was more theater, so a lot of acting, a lot of storytelling and things like that, which really honed my craft in that area. From there, I then joined Siaya Arts. A lot of people would know Siaya from Stanley Square Makakura. Big up to Simon Mambazapiri, our director then, and still the director now, and the crew. When I got to Siaya, I think that's when I realized what being an artist or a musician, dancer is. Dude, we were rehearsing Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 p.m. It was hard. It was hard. I used to think I was talented, but when we got there, geez, I saw talent. You know, when they're like, oh, let's make a queue, and then they're like, oh, those least talented at the back of the queue, and that's you.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you, like I was at the back of the queue.
And to think you were that, you know, like when you're saying that your other friends who you used to dance with say, like, what did you just do right there, you know, Born to Shine and what have you. And, you know, because you're seeing the energy is a bit less, you want to bring that energy out there, right, for the whole group. And then only to go to the pros and you're like, holy, what was I doing?
That was the feeling. And I was, for the first couple of months, I was very discouraged because I felt like I wasn't good enough. But those guys were pros. They'd been touring for years. Like, they knew how. I was a dancer. They were performers. I wasn't a performer as yet. You know, there is a difference between you knowing how to dance and follow a choreography to knowing how to give it to the people sitting out there and paying their monies. And these guys had won their craft. So you go there and you're like, wow. Even part of the rehearsal, you're standing there watching everyone. They're like, what are you doing? You're like, God, this is amazing. Like, you're supposed to be doing that.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
But I did learn a lot. I think the first 2 tours that happened while I was there, they left me behind. I didn't make.
Oh no. Our network just went AWOL. Okay, so we'll wait for our sister, Sisa Senkosi, to join us back. Let me know if you can still hear me, still see me, because we just lost our sister here. But shout out to Tendai for tuning in. Bulawayo has the best performers in Zimbabwe. Oh, you're back. Okay, thank you. Welcome back.
I am back.
So we're just
thank you. I think it was my Wi-Fi. I switched it off and gone on 5G tonight. So you know what? So the first 2 tours, they went on tour, Europe, UK thingy, and they left me behind. I didn't make the cut to the cast. That didn't deter me. I didn't really mind. It hurt when everyone else flew away and left you behind. But it made it that whenever they were gone, we were the superstars in Bulawayo. So we were the ones performing locally. So representing the brand, representing the group in Bulawayo. And then when I finally did manage to get onto the cast, it was amazing, man. It was amazing. I remember performing at Glastonbury, at Walmart, like you have thousands and thousands, not only Zimbabweans, but now you're performing to a group of people or fans who don't even understand your language, and now they have to read through your dance to appreciate who you are. It was mind-blowing, totally mind-blowing.
So was it not difficult though then to attract like people who didn't understand your language?
I think it's easier to attract people who don't understand because they want to learn, they want to know. So you need to be the best representation of whatever it is that you're doing. If it's the music, it has to be clear. If it's the clapping, it has to be something you can teach someone. So we always broke it down to something that was teachable. It's like teaching in nursery school. Literally, when we do like Chigicha back home, it's simple. You just sing the song and everyone follows suit, claps the way they're supposed to clap. But here, you had to be like, Chigicha, it's a traditional dance from the Ndebele tribe. We dance this at weddings, Lobola ceremonies, and then the way of clapping is 1, 2. 1, then pause, then 1, 2, and 1, then pause. So imagine when you're back home, literally just clap switch and everyone comes with. But it was a beautiful experience. I got to meet a lot of people who were interested. I was quite young as well, who were interested in me as a person. Like, what are your aspirations in life? What do you want to do? You know, if you were to get an opportunity to live and stay abroad, what would you be interested in doing? There were a lot of things that were on offer, but it was beautiful to be touring with the company that time. time. We had a show called Ongese at the time, and we were going through theaters in UK, Scotland. We did Edinburgh. That was my first year. It was amazing. Like, I was mind blown at every gig when everyone else was tired, and I'm one of those people who don't really get tired nor sleep. So I'll be during sleep time, I'll be rehearsing, getting ready.
Sis, everybody says to me, oh my gosh, Amanda, your energy, like, yo, I think you need a kid. I'm like, I don't need, like, it's my energy. Even if kids come, I don't think that, you said you're a mother and you said you don't get tired. I think I can relate to you right now.
I do not get tired. Everyone keeps asking me, how do you manage to do all this crazy stuff that you do and still balance a home? Like, that's just the energy that I was given. Unfortunately, I might have lost out on height, but God gave me lots of energy.
Yes, we love that. Okay, so I guess maybe it's still gonna stay. This energy is gonna stay. Loves the hype lady. It's gonna remain the hype lady until the day she goes back. This is awesome. So how was your support system, like doing?
So when I left CIA and so when I then finished with CIA, I met a guy, I think it was on Facebook back in 2014 or thereabouts. I met him on Facebook and he was like, oh, I would like to introduce you to this musician who's based in Zim and SA. He's amazing. I think he'd be an amazing mentor for you, because then in the UK, I'd taken sort of a backseat on the arts. I was doing it ad hoc here and there, work and shifts and all that. So he introduced me to this guy and I was like, when I get home, we'll meet. Back then, I don't think we even had WhatsApp at that time. I didn't have WhatsApp with him, but I remember I was talking about text messaging from Zim. He would text, I would text back, and once in a while I'll buy like myself a call card and call him and we'll chat. And then I went back home, must have been 2014, 2015, and I met with this guy. And turns out this was one of our biggest, I call him our biggest, the Maskandi artist from Zimbabwe. Big up to this guy. From day one, he met me. He was like, right, we're going to studio. We're doing a single for you. I was like, oh, no, I'm not ready. I'm not sure I know what to do, But I've been been a back singer for other artists in the UK. I had been a backing dancer and stuff. So I knew what it entailed, but I had never thought of myself as a soloist, as a musician on my own stage, So he took me to studio, and I'll never forget that day. He said to me, what do you love? What's the one thing that you're very passionate about? Like from Bulawayo, that says this girl is from Bulawayo. I was like, oh, Highlanders Football Club, obviously. And he was like, Bosso, like, yeah. He's like, let's do a song about Bosso. And so we went to the studio, I didn't even have a chance to choose the kind of genre that I wanted to do or that I thought I need. He was like, you would fit very well in Maskandi. In you go. We did a Maskandi track. Before the song even came out, I think it's called Amasholanyama. Before it even came out, I remember coming to the UK with the demo, and I put it in my car. The day after I landed, I put it in my car and I started playing it because Iposo had just played the game and they just won. So I put it in my car and I started dancing to it on Facebook. And everyone's like, that song, whose song is that? We've never heard that song. And that was my demo, and it like literally went viral. And I was like, oh my God. And then so now we were rushing to get this song out to shoot a music video. I had to fly back home, shoot a music video, because I wanted the video to be done in Barberfield, the home of Bosso. And that was how my music career just went.
Look at talk about people spotting talent, and you even saying one thing I just don't get. Like, I'm not musically inclined. I love music, but I'm not musically inclined. I wish I could hit all those right notes. When I see you guys sing, I'm like, yo, okay, I can feel that. But I wish I could hit those notes. And then you find somebody, you're coming from a dancing background, and somebody just says, oh no, I want you to be your own artist. I want you to, like, somebody believing in you before you even believe in yourself. That is rare in this generation. Think about how everybody wants to be seen on social media. Think about everybody wants to be somebody on social media. But kudos to him. And look at you now.
And to be fair, from that first day, we were in studio for almost 24 hours, if I remember, because he was like, we're not going home until this is recorded. So we were writing the song as we were recording it. The instruments were doing their own thing as we were recording. So it was a new experience for me as well. And coming from a theater stage kind of background. I didn't even know how to record a song. Like I was singing like you would sing on stage, like screaming at the top of my voice. He's like, no, calm down. You sing at the normal tone. We will raise the volume if we need to and lower it. But they kept saying, why is she shouting like that? And I'm like, isn't this how you're supposed to sing? Like, no,
exactly.
this is now a recording. This is not a live performance. But from that day, we blew. And then we came back a year later and he did an album with me, a wonderful album, and it's been like that forever. And since then, I've also, I'm a very cultural person in terms of, so being in the diaspora and doing live broadcasts in my mother tongue got a lot of people interested. Like, we don't get to hear Sindebele being spoken a lot. I'm very fluent in Shona as well. So I would go into, anyone posting or anyone who's live, whether they were doing it in Shona or Ndebele, I'll get myself involved and I'll be very fluent in both languages. But as time went, I started getting involved more in community activities, trying to push the narrative of preserving culture, preserving our traditions, and that always starts with what? With language. So trying to get the kids to speak our language, the parents to teach kids in our language, talk to them in that language. They can learn English, they can learn French and German. But if you don't teach them this language at a young and early age, they won't be able to pick it up later. It's very difficult. So I started doing those things, talking about, how life in the diaspora was like. And before I knew it, I was the cultural ambassador. And I've been the cultural ambassador for years here in the UK. And it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. And your journey has been evident on social media everywhere. And we're like, oh my gosh, we need to hang out with you and hopefully find time. In the diaspora, things get so hectic for everybody. And, with work and stuff like that. And considering that you're an employee plus a mother, a wife,
mother or
musician.
3.
You're a mother of 3. So were you not how can I say, were you not kind of pushed back by motherhood and what have you to say, okay, slow down a little bit and then take care of this and then come back? Or how did that work? How did you manage to balance that?
I think I never really did slow down. Maybe I never saw the gap. So I had my first kid, and I can tell you I had my first child. He must have been 2 weeks old when I did my first gig after giving birth.
Oh, wow.
I remember carrying him in a car seat and taking him to where we were performing, and they said, "Oh, no kids allowed here." And I left him with the security guard. He was like, "Yeah, look after him for the next 30 minutes while you perform." And we did go in, and the lady who was doing the gig was sit with the security and look after the baby. So I don't think I ever had a chance to see a gap in between those two. I just literally continued as I was before.
With no burnout?
No, none.
Are you serious? It is so amazing when I look at people like you and you're like, God, the way God creates people and gives them their talent and says, you know what? I know you can handle this. I'm going to give you this because I know you can run with it, regardless of what I give you along the way. I know you won't be able to stop. And I think this is something that's supposed to inspire a whole lot of people, because you find people slowing down because, oh yeah, now I'm a mother, now I'm a wife. And you even see in like Hollywood, where you find this huge actor, all of a sudden they're quiet. What happened? Oh, they're now a mother, they're now a wife. So let's keep going, because we miss you. We miss seeing you on stage. We miss seeing you on the screen. We miss seeing you this and that. And I hope this would actually inspire people. I hope it will actually inspire people. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you totally.
Okay, perfect. But anyway, this is so inspiring, and I hope people will be inspired by, your journey to say, you know what, nothing should stop you, regardless of, changes in life or, what may be going on at that present moment. But kudos to you. And also, like, who or what has been like your biggest influence in shaping your artistic path? Because yes, you can have. Go
I
ahead.
get it. I get influenced by,
Mm,
well, from day one, I was influenced. I would not lie. I
mm,
grew up listening to a group called Ingane Zoma
okay.
from South Africa, and they
Mm,
did a Maskandi and Imbaqanga kind of music. I love those women, like, and they
mm.
were older. When I was young, they were already older ladies.
Yeah.
I loved Platform One. I think one of my biggest
Oh, we all
inspirations is
love
Platform One.
Platform
And
One.
I'm I feel so crazy that when I was younger, I followed them like they were my little sisters. Now I live with them. When I'm in SA, I'm with them every day, all the time. We're shopping, we're going out, we're doing things. And I think, God, these people used to be my inspiration. Now they're actually my life friends, you know.
Right.
But in terms of people who inspired me a lot, I would say Inganzoma in Platform One did a lot.
Okay.
Obusim Shongo did a lot for inspiring me as a female artist. I think
Mm,
I took a lot on when I got into the music scene, thinking to myself, we don't have a lot of actually in Zim. We don't have that many Maskandi female artists. We got
mm,
quite a few guys, males, but we don't
mm,
have many females. So I took
mm.
that torch and I ran with it. And I kept
Nice.
saying, and everyone was saying, you would do well if you were doing Kwaito, you were doing Gom, you were doing this, you were doing that. And I can see
Yeah.
myself doing those genres, but I love
Yeah.
Maskandi. Like, it says something to my soul. So I can dabble in
Yeah.
other things, but I
Yeah.
still come back to what I call home, which is Maskandi.
Yeah.
I've collaborated with a few artists, one of them being Platform One. I did a song with them and I was like over the
Yeah.
moon. And I've actually gone on to do another song with Ingane
Yeah.
Zoma. So I can die happy now.
Yeah. Right. And say, I did this. My dreams have finally come true. This
My
is
dreams have come
awesome.
true.
Yeah, and then shout out to Mike all the way in Edmonton saying, great to see you, wonderful. Great to see you, wonderful and talented ladies. And Coach Maiden is like, this is amazing. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. And thank you so much for supporting. But yeah, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. And oh gosh, I think this is exactly what opens opportunities when you don't give up, when you say, you know what, oh, okay, somebody sees something in me. Okay, so let's just run with it, right? And not stop
Yeah.
because of life changes and what have you. Wow. I am inspired. You've actually kind of rejuvenated my, or should I say, jump started my car.
I mean, and all of this wouldn't be very possible if I didn't
Yeah,
have, I don't call them my fans, I call them my friends and family, you know, everybody
nice.
who sort of supported me through it all, every day,
Mm,
streaming my music, coming to my gigs, even,
mm,
you know, people think that to support someone is to give them money or to buy something of theirs. For
mm-mm.
me, it's not even
No,
that,
just
it's the
presence.
engagement that people give
Yeah.
me. You know, I walk
Mm,
into spaces and someone says, no, it is not Sisa, and like, it is. And because most
mm.
people see me sat down doing broadcasts on social media, they don't realize my height. So when they see me in person, they're like, you can't be that short, surely, with that louder voice. I'm like, I know, I left parts of me at home. Sorry. But
But you know what's funny though? What's funny is the most talented people are short. Think
yeah,
about it.
sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Unfortunately, the most talented people are short. Check out Hollywood. Hollywood,
Yeah,
so many people, you're like, how come this person is this short? And look at Kevin Hart. Look at a lot of talented people are short. And then now this is the first stage. Then the second stage goes to people like you and I who have so much energy, who are so loud and what have you. And then they look at you and they're like, what comes out of your mouth and your height?
it does not equate. And also we come with boundless like confidence. I think my confidence is at a
Yes,
level where everyone is like, how? I'll be like, I will meet
exactly.
you for the first time and we would feel like we've known each other for years.
For
That's the
years.
kind of person that I am. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. And
I
even
love
just the
people. I
idea,
like mixing and mingling. Yeah.
and even just the idea of says the idea of but what you call it? Like, do you not have problems? Oh, I do have problems. But
Oh yeah,
like
dude.
my energy does not allow me.
No, No, people always ask me, they're like, you're always seemingly very happy. You're always taking on people's
Yeah.
problems and trying to help solve them.
Yeah.
Don't you get stressed? Do you not have problems? I do, but I'm a very good person when it comes to compartmentalizing. I know this is my personal stuff. I need to deal with it when I have time to deal with it, or when I see it fit to deal with it. I don't sort of bring that kind of negative energy out there when it's not necessary. And I'm not saying that those that bring it out there have a problem. It's just I'm one of those people. I would be crying and heartbroken and still smile at the next person who comes to me and tells me their problems. That's the kind of person that I am, and I can't change it for the world. Like literally, it's what you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get, and we love that. We love that. Trust me. So relatable. I won't even say more. But when it comes to your cultural ambassadorship, how do you preserve traditional Zimbabwean culture while appealing to modern, Western, global audiences? How do you maintain that?
I think that has been a very easy, road to travel, because at the moment, a lot of people are realizing how much our cultures and traditions are eroding, and everyone, it's like a penduke kaya, kumbule kaya kind of situation. Everyone wants to come back to factory settings, to learn more, to engage more with each other. There's Facebook groups, there's TikTok groups, there's WhatsApp groups, and technology has helped us actually maintain this trajectory of trying to be one, of trying to be together, while of course being influenced by other genres of things, other cultures where we're living. We still try to hold on to who we are. And like I said, if it's not language, it is music. Nothing brings people together like those two. Listening to, you get to an event, a Zimbabwean event, wherever, and you play, for example, Love Moma Jaivan. It doesn't matter if people can hear what he's saying. Everybody goes crazy. Why? Because it makes us very nostalgic. It takes us back home. It reminds us of a time, before, where we were all sort of enjoying ourselves, listening to this music.
Yeah.
You listen to Thomas Mafumo, you listen to Oliver Mtukudzi. Before we even come to the jar praisers of this world, Awakiwe and them. So I find that music brings us together, and the way that I have been doing it, I like I said, I am a curator of a festival. I've got Isintu Festival. Isintu in Ndebele, basically meaning culture festival. That's what it is. So I get like genres of music that are traditional to come together from South Africa, from Zim, from Botswana, and get themselves on stage. Then it means the people from those countries also meet and share. It's the way we're dressed at that event. It's the music we're listening to. It's the foods that we're eating that also brings us together in that cultural ambassadorship flag. That's something that I do.
Oh, nice. Chai. We wanna be a part of it. If anything, how people can be a part of your ambassadorship, cultural ambassadorship, to be specific, because preserving our culture. Even yesterday, I was talking to somebody yesterday. It's like, it's so sad how people or Africans may not know how rich their culture is, especially when you come to the Western world. And when you start seeing people in other cultures embracing their own culture, you're like, what is wrong with us? Let's also embrace our culture, right? And then you find a few people just like you who are saying, you know what, we want to maintain our culture, and we're going to preserve it however way we can, the best way we can, right? And we're so proud of that. And if anything, even after this, we also want to, be a part of that as After5Radio. Andy, if you're watching, I'm already putting a proposal right now. Andy's our producer. So yeah, I'm already putting a proposal right now. That would actually be lovely, because even with the radio station, we celebrate Africans in the diaspora. And this is exactly the reason why we actually do it, is to preserve our culture, for people to know who we are proudly, right? Our music,
and sometimes, do you know
art.
what?
Yeah.
As a people, we also have a different set of kind of problems. There's problems, then there's our kind of problems. So I find it. Sometimes you have a problem and you want to express it in your language to a person who understands where you're coming from. I know we go to therapy sometimes and see, professionals in this regard. But sometimes the problems that we have literally need an auntie or an uncle to sit you down and be like, listen, la 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 la,
La 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 la. I know.
and that's a therapy session done. So that's part of my cultural ambassadorship, getting the adults who can help sort of inspire us, who can help, like, we follow in their steps, in terms of our ways of life. Marriages are not lasting. What's the problem? Why are people breaking up so fast and furious? They get married today, they're gone tomorrow. And we're trying to get programs where people can have pre-wedding counseling from our adults in the community. Post-wedding things, pre-giving birth, post-giving birth, having help for women, and because it's something that we need. We don't have a community that's very close to each other as it is back home. I know at home, when you give birth, the whole village is there to support. The mother doesn't sometimes even see her baby for a month or two, doesn't even leave the house. You catered for. There's people cooking, cleaning, looking after the baby when you have to rest. But in the diaspora, 2 weeks after giving birth, you're back on shift. So we're trying to realign those ways, bring back that cultural way of doing things to help support us, not only emotionally, not only physical, but psychologically as well.
Actually, you've actually brought up something really important, really fundamental, really, and I am definitely going to link you up with an organization called the Family Advocates, but they're based in Canada. I am sure they would also want. I hope they actually tuned in. I'm sure they would. They would also.
Invite left, right on behalf of others.
Yes. This is what we do here with network, sis. With network, because you've mentioned something that they're also trying to do. They've also seen a high rate of divorce happening in the diaspora, especially when people come from Africa and what have you. And it is actually the organization that's putting together the play that I'm a part of next week. And these are the issues that we highlight in the play. Right. So it's one of those where when you hear what they get to see, because they're they're coaches, right? Marriage coaches and stuff like that. And when you hear the stories that they get to see and say, guys, we came from Africa and we're just in this land, maybe temporarily. Maybe, there's no need for you guys to be thinking that your culture is not important anymore because you're here, and then break up and this and that. So I feel like you might actually, you need to link up, and then you guys
fit in very well with them. I mean, I do also, one of my crazy schemes that I do is, I'm a marriage counselor. Mainly, but mainly for those couples that have come to the UK, especially on this care visa. People come here, there's such a culture shock. There's such an imbalance in the marriages when they get here. And sometimes people cannot navigate those imbalances. And the first point of call is like, I'm done, or you're disrespectful, or this has happened. I've had older couples, literally people who I could call my grandparents, come here and sit them on the sofa and like, right, what is the problem? And you're like, guys, you've been together for 20 years in Zim, and you've been here in the UK less than 3 months, and you're thinking of divorcing. Why? What is the problem? And when you hear those stories, you realize how much the culture shock has an impact on marriage. Those couples that meet here is the same. People been doing the dating game, the dating scene for ages. Everyone is somebody's ex. So people cannot even navigate. It's crazy. It is totally crazy. But we're trying to right a slight wrong.
We're definitely going to do that. I am so glad that our generation is making a difference. I am glad that we're seeing these things and we're saying, no, we're not going to sweep them under the rug. We're not going to do that.
We're not going to be victims.
No, we're not going to be. Exactly. I love that. We're not going to be victims, because, when you hear people like, oh, yeah, it's just that back home I didn't have options. Oh, yeah, I didn't have education, and now I got education. I don't need you now. Okay. But you know what? I think I'm sure you actually get along. And the good thing is it's going to be, yes, it's different countries, but the fact that we're from Africa, because we can pick something from each other and learn from there and see, okay, what is it that we're bumping heads? Why are we bumping heads? Why are we, how best can we fix this, or how best can we educate our people before they even come, so that they know what to expect? Like you said, it's culture shock. I don't know what to expect when I get here. I don't know and you see some people even committing suicide when they get here because it's a culture shock, because they don't know how to handle
Yeah,
it and stuff like that,
totally,
right?
totally.
And then there's this perception of, oh yeah, people in the diaspora, they have it all together. They are rich. They got this. They got, hey, so I get it. So
If there is
it's,
a group of people who do not have it together, it's the people in the diaspora.
thank you. We try and hold it together. We try and
But
hold it
yeah, do you know
together.
what? I was in Canada.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling. I don't know what I expected when I came to Canada.
Definitely. Thank you for getting into that, because that was our next topic. Let's go.
Oh, okay. But I mean, I did come in. Circumstances were not in my favor.
Yeah.
I've been avoiding coming to Canada. I don't know why. Somehow I felt Canada was boring. I kept telling everyone, I really thought Canada was boring. We don't hear much from you guys. You literally came abroad, stayed in your corner and hid yourself. We only see you slightly on TikTok and we're like, what time is it over there? And it's like you're in the morning, when in the evenings and things like that. And I've always thought, man, there's nothing to be gained from Canada. They're boring, those guys over there. But I've had a bit of a shock.
Guess what's funny though? Guess what's funny? It's funny that you think that, because guess what? Everybody around the world thinks that, because even America thinks that. Our neighboring countries, like Canada, you're so boring, you're so quiet, you're low key, you don't have anything going on, and what have you? Why do you even have an army? Why? Because you don't even fight a war. Because we're very peaceful, sis. We are peaceful.
You're demure.
And love it.
You're very demure.
See, exactly. But I'm glad you had a good time. While us, on the other hand, some people who didn't live in the UK and just came straight here, I was like, okay. When I went to England, I was like, ooh, like the way people raved about England, I'm disappointed. Like, that was my experience. And then somebody who recently went there, same thing. I was like, okay, I'm not the only one. I was like, I was disappointed, sis. I was disappointed.
Why?
I don't know. I think because everything here is so huge. Like, the land is huge.
Same shock that I had. It was like, your houses are massive. Your cars are crazily massive. Why does everybody need to drive this monstrosity?
Right. So for me, it was a culture shock coming here. And then, because I had the mentality of people in England saying, oh yeah, there's no, backyards in the UK. Everything is tiny, da, 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 da. And I underestimated what they meant. I underestimated seeing Mr. Bean's car until I landed. I was like, holy, now I get it. Now I get it why they had to colonize half of the world. Now I get it, because they really needed more land.
Listen, we love our crammed up style. We love being, that's us. We are crammed and we love it that way. Leave us alone, please. Thank you very much.
No, I'm glad that you were the first one who said I was looking down upon Canada, and then I was shocked, and I was like,
I think not in terms of the environment or anything like that. I mean, I've seen pictures and houses and things, of Canada, and I used to think, your housing situation looks like America in the movies that we see, but I wasn't really prepared for how massive your spaces are. You have basements that look like a whole full house again on top of another house. So it was quite a bit of a shock. Well, our houses are smaller. We are happier. We don't have the cold 24/7. We are sunny. But and also the people. I met quite a few people that I've met on socials. And they were like, oh my God, I can't believe you're in Canada. What are you doing? How can we make you stay better? Everyone was really nice from our community. They were really amazingly nice.
Right. Yeah. Oh no, that is amazing. Shout out to Russ Numbers. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hiska. Thank you very much. Tiripo makadinyu. Oh no, that is awesome.
Yes.
I know, right? No, that is so awesome, and I'm glad that you had a good time. And one thing for sure that I know about Canadians, friendly people. Listen, from what I've experienced,
very friendly.
Not even just in community, like
very
people
friendly
around, right? It's a very multicultural nation, amazing, friendly, and all that fun stuff. And so, with that being said, I had heard, wolves have ears, and all that fun stuff, because I thought I heard you were performing in Canada sometime next month. Actually, let me just try and remember. I think that's what I heard. Yeah. Other people here? Hello. Could you please confirm those rumors? Yes,
I like
please,
it when
and
you
thank
start
you.
whispering, like, it's gossip when you're like, I just heard.
I just heard wolves have
Right.
ears,
I'm
you know.
literally, I know nothing about that. I plead the fifth. I know nothing about that. But I've also heard that I
Mm.
could be in Canada next month. I could be in
Okay.
Canada next month.
Oh, you also
Yeah,
heard the
yeah.
same rumors, right? So it's the same
I
rumors.
also had the same rumors. But
Mm.
shout out to Zakuse. There is an organization in Edmonton. Oh my God, those guys. I don't want to lie. Like I said, when I came
Yeah.
to Canada, it was under really sad circumstances, having
Yeah.
lost my young sister. But that
Yeah.
group of people, that community came through
Mm.
for us as a family. I loved everyone who's part of that group.
Mm.
It really showed me a different kind of Canada than what I thought it was.
Mm.
There was a community that was together, that was willing to help out, that came through for everybody. And afterwards, when I was speaking to them, they were like, "Yeah, this is what we do. This is what we're thinking of doing. These are our plans." I
Mm.
was like, "Listen, the next time you are planning on something, hit your girl." Oh no,
Yeah.
Canadians are like, "We're hitting you now."
Right. Exactly. There we go.
Now
We're
that
going
you've
to
said this is what's happening. So yeah,
right.
I might be coming to Canada at the beginning of next month. Is next month September? Yeah.
Something like that, beginning of next month, if not the first weekend of next month. But anyway, thank you for
Listen to you saying
confirming
this is
that we
gossip and
heard
you're
the.
busy sprouting facts.
I don't know about facting them, but at least I was honest enough to say rumors. This was gossip. Eh? Bold enough to say. But anyway,
But to
nonetheless,
be fair, whatever the case, I can't wait to
yeah,
come and perform in Canada. I cannot
that's
wait to
it.
come
Yeah.
and meet people on a different kind of setup.
Mm.
There's so much that we can do together. I think we've been sleeping on Canada and its possibilities. So yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
the few people that I met and spoke to, they quite
Mm.
shocked me. They surprised me about what you
Mm.
guys are doing over there. In
Awesome.
your quietness, in your cold weathers, your minus 45s, you're busy doing things, hey?
Yes. We just have to soldier on. Hey, you'll never get used to the cold. You'll never get used to the cold, but just
No, no.
soldiering on. But you know what? Like you said, shout out to Zakusa for, for the support and everything that they did, for your family during the loss of, such a young lady. It was under, like you said, terrible circumstances, sad circumstances, but they came through. And I just hope, that for those who are actually thinking and asking, remember we got to hang out with the Sukusa chair not too long ago, where he was actually trying to say what Sukusa is all about. And here's one testimony from somebody who came all the way from the UK and was so amazed at, the support that they got from Sukusa and everybody that was, there as a Zim community, and here's one reason why people should get a membership, I believe, with Zakusa. And if they have any questions or what have you, we'll definitely we said we're going to have a follow-up interview for people to know more
No.
and how they've progressed so far, because they just recently revived the organization. But I am so thankful and glad that you got to experience that, Sisa, that you managed to even testify about it. And with that being said, oh, my brother TC, how's it going, Vinny? He's actually based in Edmonton as well. Hi,
Okay.
guys. And we have a question that came from Coach Maiden. He was asking that what's your advice for the young ladies who are facing adversity in their life but want to succeed? Because you know how I feel like our generation has been taught, especially the girl child, oh yeah, you need to, work hard for yourself, do this, do that. And then you see gender equality, you see feminism rising, and then you see it working against, the girl child. And then eventually the confusion, this is where the confusion starts. But then again, that's where the adversary begins as well, right? To say, okay, I thought this was the right channel to go, but how then do we navigate between balancing us as, as in the young girls, and still, you know, uh, nurture whatever calling they have in life without looking
I
at
personally,
society
I
and all
think
that
that
weird stuff. Yeah.
I think that one of the biggest challenges that we have as a community, especially as young females, I think is trying to fit in a box that's already pre-made for us. I
I don't
think
understand that.
young ladies should pursue your dreams, relentlessly pursue your dreams, relentlessly pursue your passions. Making money is a beautiful thing, but money can be made formally and informally. Never think that you have to have sort of like a formal qualification to be a recognizable human being. I don't believe in that. Well, I don't have a formal qualification to speak of, but I will tell you the spaces that I've walked into, the people that I've sat in tables with, you wouldn't believe. But that doesn't mean that having a formal qualification is wrong. It just means that the trajectory or the way that I've navigated life, I haven't seen the need for it. I've compensated with other things. So sometimes don't try to fit into a box, build your own box altogether.
And there's a reason why some people go through what they go through. And there's a reason why, you know what? This is a whole different topic. Mr. Maiden,
This life is hard. This life is hard. You have to choose. You make your choices and informed choices, to be fair. But whatever you do something that you love, man.
Exactly. And then speaking about something that you love, a purpose, performances and the process, we're talking about creative process and performance, what you do, going back to your career, which is something that even like the girl child, the young girl, so they know how you said, oh, I don't even have a formal education, but I am well able to get into rooms and make a difference. You just, when you walk into that room, all eyes on you. So can you walk us through your creative process and from the spark of your idea to bringing it live on stage and trying to figure that out?
To be fair, I wouldn't say I have a normal creative process. You come to me and you say, you come to me and you say, sis, I would like you to come perform at this event. What's the theme? This, what do you want? How long you want me on stage for this and the other? Give me the times. But most of the thing, with me, with my music, the one thing that I always make sure is on point is my costuming. Because before you hear me say anything, before you do anything, you see me and the eyes give you the best description, so when you see me, I need you to be able to say, shit, that's different. And so my costuming is always on point. I will not lie. My costuming is always on point. I've got people in KZN, South Africa, who do bidding. I will go to them with a drawing of, I want a necklace that looks like this. I want you to write my name on here. I want you to do this there. I want you to do this. Yes.
That. I was like, okay. Customize Sisa, and I think even
my belt.
Your belt. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, so we could actually customize too. I was impressed. I was impressed with your costume.
This is the thing. Yeah. So I show up before I even do anything. I want somebody to be like, this is going to be different by just looking at me before I even hit the notes, before I even start dancing. I wouldn't say I'm the bestest of singers, but let me tell you, when I get on that stage,
you are the best performer.
I am the best performer you will ever see. That's how I walk into a stage. I'm like, I need to leave a footprint in your heart. I need you to remember me, from my costuming to my singing to my interactions with you and to my dancing. My whole stage presence has to be felt and seen.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love this. I love this. I just feel the energy. I feel it. I'm like, ooh, this is amazing. So what has been the most memorable performance with everything traveling around the world, all the performances that you've done, your dreams coming to pass, performing and collaborating with, people you so admire? And question, have you actually performed with our QA? Like we want to get her.
But I love her. Like she's like my little sister. I haven't performed for some reason. Me and her are always. If she's in Germany, I am in Zim. If she's in UK, I am in South Africa. Like it's like
man.
But don't you worry, it's happening very soon. It's happening very soon.
Yes,
Right now,
yes,
to my
cause
memorable performance.
yeah,
Jesus, I think it's a very weird memory.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Memory,
Weird, good,
like right.
weird, bad, weird, like weird.
Uh, Funny, bad, weird. So
Oh,
I was performing back with Sia. Must have been 2010 or thereabouts,
okay.
and it was one of those gigs that was really massive for the group. We're performing at the Oxford Theatre,
Mm,
and there's this part that I needed to go in and dance solo.
mm,
It's a traditional kind of soloish dance, but in a modern dress. But I
yeah.
misjudged the way that I dance and how your body moves in costuming. That's when I first learned about how you have to be
Mm,
serious about costuming. So I had in a boob tube dress on
okay.
stage. And I thought, okay, this is going to show off my calves, baby girl. I'm going to show them off. So I went on stage,
Okay.
and that part comes where I have to come off from the line and stand by myself and start like doing this. It was a solo that must have been like a minute long, not very
Yeah.
long in when you think about it, but a minute on stage is a very long time. So I'm
Yeah.
on stage, I am dancing like crazy. Like this is my first time being given this solo. Like I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah.
The person who's been doing it before is not getting this part ever again. It's mine now. You know,
I
this is
love it.
mine. Are you?
I
She
love it.
wasn't feeling well, so they were like, "Sis, can you do this?" I was like, "Totally." And then in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm gonna smash this left, right, and center. She's not getting
Yeah.
it back. So I went
Yeah.
on stage, and then that time comes. I was so confident. The theater is full, but it's dark. So they've switched off the lights on that side. The stage only
Okay.
has light. And I am
Yeah.
dancing and I'm dancing. And then I see people like, whoa! And they're standing up, they're shouting, they're screaming. I'm like, I'm killing this thing. As I leave the stage, one of the guys goes, "Do you realize you're naked?" My dress had gone all the way to be a skirt and I had no bra on.
You were just in the moment.
I didn't feel the cold. I didn't feel no breeze, no nothing. And I thought the more they were screaming and shouting, the worse I became. Just as I finished my thing and I walked out, one of the guys was like, "Pull your dress up. Do you realize you're naked?" And I looked down, I'm like, shit.
That is so memorable, actually. Oh my gosh.
But to
And
be
you were
fair, I'm
just
not
on.
one person to get,
Yeah.
I don't get embarrassed easily. I took it on the
Yeah.
chin. I was like, shit, I need to
Yeah.
go back on stage in 2 minutes because I needed to go get changed, put on another
Yeah.
costume and go back in. And everyone
Yeah.
was thinking, don't worry about it. I wasn't worried. Everyone else was worried and I wasn't. I went, got changed, come back. And as soon as I got on stage, everyone was clapping and screaming. And I thought, well, who cares?
I love your spirit. I love it. I love it. I wish people would just take this. If anything, if people don't even take anything from today's conversation, at least take the do not worry about what people think. Okay, this is like for some people, I would actually feel embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like if anything, regardless of it being the situation, never worry about what people think. Never worry about
Do you know what you
just
should
in
take away from
general.
it?
Yeah,
Confidence is key. I wasn't bothered.
I
I didn't think
always say,
this was
yeah,
going to be the highlight of my performance career.
of your
No,
performance.
but actually,
Yeah.
that's the moment that even
Yeah.
my directors realized this girl's got something going on. You know, like afterwards, they were like, "How do you feel?"
Wow.
After the show, we had to engage with the crowd. You have to go out there, take pictures, talk to them
Wow.
about the show. Some people would be asking,
Yeah.
"So when you dance this dance," and everyone thought I would stay backstage because I'll be. I was no way, Ozo, no way. I'm going out there taking pictures, and everyone wanted to talk to me. Ha ha ha.
Wow. And that is so right. You know what? I always say, even if you notice, people who are so confident, if you put them in a room with somebody who's been doing something for the very longest, but their confidence is low, it's easy to pick up from somebody who has so much confidence and they can make it, I don't know how many, 10 times more in life,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And look at how some people are like, oh no, this person is a terrible actor. Is their confidence. I'm sorry. Like,
It's their confidence. So,
it's
I
their
mean, when I
confidence.
went out into the crowd that day, I
Yeah.
expected people to maybe feel some type of way and think I
Mm,
did it on purpose. But a
mm,
lot of it was more of a mixed black and white also
mm,
audience. And a lot of
mm.
people came to me and said, "Oh, sorry about that, but it was amazing. You were really good." And
Yeah.
I'll be like, "Yeah." never mind, wardrobe malfunctions
Life
happen all the
happens.
time, but yeah, did you
Yeah.
enjoy the dance though? And I'll be instantly saying, did you enjoy the dance though? And they'll be like,
Yeah.
you smashed it totally naked or not? And I'm like, that's the point. That's
Oh
all
my
we're going to think
gosh.
about. Was the dance amazing?
I
Did you
love
enjoy the
this.
dance?
I
Yeah.
love this. Oh my gosh. I am going to be watching this interview over and over and over again. I love your energy,
Confidence is
Sisa.
key,
I
baby
love
girl.
it. Confidence is key. I love it. Absolutely. So when it comes to challenges, okay, so we've seen weird situations, which definitely this would actually be memorable. If you ask me, I would never forget this moment, regardless of it being an embarrassing moment. But then, you know what? Just get up and keep going. But obviously, you face challenges in life, regardless of all the good things that come your way. What you call it? What challenges have you actually faced as a woman, as we have actually mentioned earlier on about the girl child, especially in the entertainment industry, and how have you managed to overcome those challenges?
I'll tell you something. I'm very controversial in my way of thinking. So, as a woman, it's not easy to navigate the art spaces.
True.
It's either you're
Exactly.
not taken serious or you are misrepresented or misinterpreted all the time. It's not even, it's a gender thing, I guess. Like, people don't do
Yeah.
it on purpose. They just unconsciously biased towards you because you're a woman. Simple as. And with me, like I said, I'm a very confident person. I can articulate myself very well. I'm very good at saying exactly what I want and how I want it. If it's not working for me, I walk away from it. That's simple as. And I think the more you do not accept mediocre, the more people take you very serious. I'm non-apologetic about anything. Like I'm a female artist. That's who I am. But that's not my label. I'm an artist, period. I do not tick nobody's boxes. So I don't go to places and be told, we're looking for a female artist. If you are looking for a female artist, keep going because I'm an artist. If you're looking for a Zimbabwean artist, keep going because I'm an artist. I don't like being made to be a tick box. So I enjoy the spaces that I walk into, challenging everybody into accepting the me that I want to give out to this world. I don't like being squashed into a box. It irritates me. So the way I have navigated the space is more of a, you take me as I am or you keep it moving. And where doors keep shutting my eyes, I literally open a door next door. I don't mind. I do not mind. If the doors getting shut, I'm happy to open a separate door for myself and navigate it that way. So that's how I've navigated my artistry, literally by saying you take what you see or you get what you're looking for. If I'm not that person, that's all right. I'm happy to lose out on opportunities, but I'm not happy to squash myself into your boxes. No, thank you.
Knowing who you are, knowing your worth, and not just saying yes to everything. I love it.
Believing in you.
Believing, because this is where, when you know yourself, you believe in yourself. You don't even need to tell anybody to tell you otherwise. When people say, "Oh, but then no, but then Sisa, no, but you're so expensive." Oh, okay, so look for somebody who's cheaper. I'm good. Like it's all right. Like I know my worth.
I think because if you're confident like that as a young artist or as a female artist or as a male artist, if you're confident like that, if you know what you want to, I've gone to gigs where I performed for free, not because they can't afford me or anything, but because they resonate with my ethos, they resonate with what I represent. If I think, this thing will resonate with whatever it is that I do or what I want to align with, I'll do it. Sometimes people will come and say, look, I really would love to have you, but I can't afford these fees. Way, yes, we negotiate with human beings, but it's just where sometimes people think there's this thing in the arts world where you're told you're marketing yourself. I've already marketed myself in the spaces that I need to market myself. Done.
I like
Period.
that. You know what's funny? I just love. I'm glad. I am so glad that there's people like you who actually know their worth and bold enough to say this is why I'm. Like you said, you've put in the work. You've put in the work. You've marketed yourself. It's either this or that, and not allowing anybody to say, "Oh, okay." What you call it? Not allowing anybody to say, but anyway, Sisa should have known that we are Africans and we should. No, like you said,
No
respectfully come to me
entitlement.
and
No
tell me, yeah,
entitlement here.
no
Nah, nah.
entitlement. Yeah. Respectfully come to Sisa and say, Sisa, yo, isn't Ozami they, they're like ABCD. They say ABCD, as in financially, just, and then we can
The
talk. To me,
funny thing as well is
yeah.
the funniest one is when people invite you to events. And people don't
Yeah.
invite me to events anymore. Please invite me to your events, like as a guest. I don't eat no rice for free anymore, no 7 colors for free. Everyone either wants me as an artist or as an MC. I'm happy to be a guest. Please invite me to places. I've got dresses ready. No one invites me to anywhere anymore.
Why don't they invite you anymore? What do you mean?
Because I don't know. Because people seem to think that every time I'm at an event, I should be doing something, performing, emceeing, doing one thing.
Oh,
I'm happy to
gotcha.
sit back on the tables and enjoy like everybody else. But saying that, sometimes people will say, I can't afford you to perform or to MC or to do whatever. Can you come in and be a guest? You're like, oh, cool. I haven't been to your wedding in ages. Like a wedding that I watch because I'm there backstage doing other things. So you go to this place and then halfway through, you're like, yeah, we've got Sister Sisa in the audience. You wouldn't come here and leave us with no song. You're like,
are you serious? Actually, you know what's funny? That's another thing too. I feel you. I have the exact same sentiments. Recently too, there was something that was happening too in Edmonton and what have you. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I am actually going as a guest. Ooh, this feels good. It's just like, thank God, I don't need to stand in front of people. I can be a regular person. I can be this, and at least be normal. I'm not saying being in front of people is not normal, but then again, people kind of look at you differently because I remember there's another student, was it a student, something that they were doing, but it was for Black History. And of course, as the MC, you used to be the MC and what have you. And then you find people saying, oh, I'm coming to your table. And also I was kind of showcasing After5Radio and what have you, right? And we have freebies. We're giving away stuff for After5Radio and stuff. And then somebody just comes up to me, it's like, oh yeah, so what do you do? I told them about After5Radio, period. And then eventually they saw me now introducing, going on stage, studying the event. And that same person came to me, why didn't you tell me you're an important person in this event? I was like, because I'm not important like you. Like, you are also important. So it's one of those ways because you're used to it. And you're like, oh my gosh, just treat me normal. And then when you become a guest, you're like, I am glad now I can be normal for a second.
To be fair, the one thing that's nice about being normal at events is at least you get to be in the front of the queue at eating time. The ladies who say, will like, come, don't queue with everybody else. I get to be a VIP in the food line.
Actually, that is so true. It's like, no, just come through. Oh, we'll serve something for you. What do you want? Do you want extra? Oh, trust me, I know that feeling. I love it.
There's packs to it.
I love it. But no, we thank everybody that actually invites us to, come and perform at the events, be it MCing, be it for you dancing, singing, what have you. It's not easy being in front of people. Like you said, it's confidence, right? It's your confidence, knowing who you are, what to say, when to say, how to make people laugh, how to engage with the audience and all that fun stuff. And you know what? I am so grateful that we had this discussion, and hopefully a lot of people who may be afraid to get out of their box or what have you should just watch this interview again and say, oh my gosh. And I guess maybe this is why Michael's like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing to see you two talented people in one space.
Two crazy people.
Two crazy people in one space. And I love it and I own it. And I would never change anything about me. Just, ask yourself, what is it that I love? Who am I? How can I best bring myself out in the world rather than fitting in? Because we were created to stand out more than anything, not just to fit into a box. And even sometimes I tell people, I'm like, you know what? I'm the guru of thinking outside the box. When you tell me this is impossible, I'll be like, how come? Let's try it and see how impossible it is. Like, yeah.
We also face challenges, I remember when I did the event, my Isintu festival, the very first year. Oh my God, I lost so much money. But
okay,
we had everything was ready. All the artists were coming from Africa and everything. And do you know what? Unfortunately, that's the week. That's the month that the the Queen of English, Queen Elizabeth, passed away.
Okay.
So every event was then cancelled. If not cancelled, the venues weren't feeling comfortable hosting events while there was a funeral going on in the country. And I kept thinking to myself, oh my God, this is a sign. This is really bad. This is terrible. What do I do? You know, and when you're looking at even your Ticketmaster and watching that about 250 people have bought tickets or things like that on your first gig, and you have to refund all of them. I remember pressing refund, and I was crying. And I was crying, thinking I wanted to do something different, and I've lost so much. And I remember one of the guys from SA saying, no, sis, you don't have to fully cancel the gig. Let us come over and do a meet and greet, because our fans still want to see it. It doesn't matter that we don't perform. And do you know what? That was the best meet and greet that I ever went to myself. You know, they came over, we did a meet and greet. We had fun that night, probably more fun than we would have at the event. But that could have said to me, you know what, eventualities happen, nature happens, and you know, I'm a risk taker. I took that risk. The next year, I was like, we're doing it again. Come hell or high water, I would rather, you know, and we've grown with each year. But sometimes, every time I think of it, I think, you know, I'd never give up because things haven't worked out the way you wanted them to work out, probably for a reason. I don't know why, but do not give up on your dreams or on your aspirations or whatever because something has gone wrong. You fall and you get up, you fall and you get till they're tired of you getting up and like, can't you stay down?
Consistency is key. I don't care. You know what, sis? We needed this discussion. We really needed this discussion. Full on, 100%. So how do people come to your I know we're past time, and so as we conclude, how do people become a part of the festival, right? Or is it just, at the moment, is it just in Europe, so we can have also Canadians be involved in it?
It's nice that you've asked that. All along, we've literally done it in Africa and Europe. So we've had it in Botswana twice. We've had it in South Africa once. We've had it in Eswatini. We've had it in the UK 3 times. So next year is the year of expansion, as I call it myself. I'm hoping that one day we'll be able to bring it to Canada as well. It could be next year, it could be the year after, whatever the case may be, but would love to export it to Canada and you know, bring that artistry, that feeling, that togetherness to Canada. Not that you guys are not together, but just bringing an event that will group us together. So next year we're slightly moving it a bit sideways. It's going to Europe, a few countries in Europe. It's we're excited, but definitely Canadians can look forward to Isintu Festival coming to Canada anytime soon.
Anytime soon, but we're actually still waiting for next month. But anyway, we're I'm still holding on to that one.
We'll leave that one to, I mean, it's a weird one. You could be seeing me next month, like in 3 weeks' time.
We're
I could be in your faces again.
Yes. And here goes Banyikuya. Thank you so much for tuning in. Strong, powerful people. The positivity and the energy is contagious. We give it to you. I hope you can take a bit of that. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. But as we conclude, you know, any advice or any like future plans future plans we're spoken about, you know, hopefully exporting the festival to Canada. But what advice would you give to young people who want to follow in your footsteps?
I think the only advice I always give people is confidence is key. The sky is literally the limit. Do not even take that as just a saying. The sky is the limit. Nothing can stop you on this earth as long as you are confident and you're very sure about what you want to do. Love whatever you do with all your heart. Be confident about it, and remember the sky is the limit. Nobody on this earth can, you know, challenge you, can contribute towards your trajectory. You know, love.
Oh, we love it. We love what you do. Love who you are. Be confident, and confidence is key, she said. And do not ever think, oh yeah, but will people listen to me? Will people see me? Will people? Eventually they'll catch up. That's what I
They
believe.
will.
People eventually catch up. And then, once you've put in the work, people will be like, who is this person? I thought we've seen Sisa before. Let's backtrack. And then they'll backtrack and then they'll see, you know what? But why had we not noticed Sisa? Why had we? But thank you so much, my sister, for coming through. It was a lovely, it was a bundle of joy, it was a bundle of energy and a whole lot more. I'm just hoping, a lot of people were like, our sister has mentioned that strong energies and positivity energy, everything good energy is usually and always contagious, and then at the same time negative energy is also contagious. So pick
True.
wisely, choose what it is that you want to surround yourself with or how to move forward. But it was such a pleasure and an honor having you, Sisa, and whew, it's been some tough love. And yeah, this is why I say tough love and giggles. We love people who are just raw and just say, you know what? This is how it's supposed to be. I wish our culture could understand A, B, C, D, and then at the same time embracing our culture in the diaspora and supporting each other in the diaspora. And I just loved everything that you shared today, even just sharing your story, your energy, your passion, your most memorable moment. All those fun stuff.
No. Thank you so much to After5Radio. You've been amazing. Edmonton, Canada, you've been amazing. The beautiful energy that you've been blowing my way. I love it. I accept, and I hope we can do more together. You haven't seen the last of this face. Literally, I'll be in your faces before you know it. So thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
And before we go, somebody was asking TC, what is your Facebook page? We have all that information for you, sweetheart. Here we go.
My Facebook page. There you go. Yeah.
So right below, you can actually follow our sister Sisa Senkosi on IG and TikTok at sisa.senkosi, or Facebook, since you're asking, TC, it's just Sisa Senkosi on Facebook. So look her up, and yes, she's got quite the following too. And by the way, if you want to Google her too, and then you can see all her work. Just so you know, you're allowed to do that. But no, thank you so much, Sisa Senkosi, for coming through. We appreciate your love. We appreciate your energy. We appreciate everything that you're doing in the arts, being a cultural ambassador. And we look forward to more partnerships and stuff. And then I'll send you details of all those other organizations that I was telling you about.
Thank
and then
you.
Just link up with them, see how best you guys can work together and what have you. Because I think something could just spark. And I think this will actually, some of these things will actually be good collaborations between putting Europe and America together, and as Africans in the diaspora. So I would definitely shoot you that information. But thank you so much, sis. I will link up with you afterwards.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Yo, ngilithanda njengoba lingithanda. Usisa Senkosi intombi yasemambala uthi ngilithanda njengoba lingithanda.
Yes, siyalithanda, sisami, siyalithanda. But anyway, to amazing listeners and viewers, thank you so much for tuning in and for being a part of this conversation, for engaging, for all your messages, your charts, your questions. We really appreciate you coming through to your favorite online radio station that celebrates Africans in the diaspora. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, After5Radio, and also follow us on IG, TLG on After5Radio, which is Tough Love Giggles on After5Radio, or even After5Radio at After5Radio.Africa. I believe. Let's see. Yes, .Africa on Instagram as well. So if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that like button and share this episode with your friends, family, because the energy today was just a bomb. So let's keep spreading the love and the vibes. Until next time, stay inspired, stay connected, and keep celebrating the culture. This is your host, aka the Hype Lady, Miss Tando Amy, signing off with so much love. Take care. God bless you. And I love you. Mwah. Bye.